Very good.
Excellent costumes.
Yes, I'm pretty. We have actually testing.
Yeah, you're all working.
No, we can use both now, correct? They swapped out the equipment.
Oh, so we're not just one at a time?
No, you're good for all.
Yeah, they swapped the equipment for us because they are kind and filled with love.
Thank you.
As I said, if I were unwed, Ray would get a big one on the face. A big snurpy.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
Kane is going to just live there.
Yes.
Around.
Actually,
Welcome.
take the cane off the stage, please. Thank you. I don't need it. I'll get it when I'm busy.
Are we live?
Yes. Yeah.
Welcome, one and all. I'm the Grand Arbiter,
And I'm Madam Askew.
and we are here for the grand final of Tea Dueling for Wild Wild WestCon 2024.
2024!
I think it's so wild, in fact, that I'm afraid that my costume is too frilly, and if I get caught in the drama.
It could get caught in the drama.
Butlers! Remove the cape!
I have a warning.
What?
I have a warning.
A warning?
Our hair is becoming sentient.
Oh!
Beware the
Oh.
sentient hair.
Thank you, madam.
Had to.
Goodbye, my madam.
Beware.
Goodbye, my madam.
I will try to blow up the universe this time.
Try.
Again.
Try to contain the hair.
Goodbye, alternate madam. I guess we might see you again, but who knows? Maybe I've already met her.
Time travel is so strange that way.
So, we have some lovely tea dueling finalists today. Can I get my finalists to all stand for a memento?
Finalists, do us a favor, if you feel up to it, could you move into the front row here? We're going to have you sit next to our dear friend Pamela. There are some seats over there, and that way you are easy for us to call upon. At the time, you'll find right there, Palisa. Thank you, Kayla. Thank you, Janet.
So who was able to tea duel this weekend and had a great grand time?
Ooh. Who is not a finalist? Who tea dueled and didn't final and had a good time? Freddie.
I didn't do it all this weekend.
You didn't do it all? I'm just having flashbacks to previous times.
No, didn't you? No, it was just D.
No.
Ben.
Ben did.
Ben.
I have a lot of temporal brain damage from this Madam Askew event that happened earlier. I'm just trying to make
I
it.
think we were being thrown back to 2020 and remembering last duel.
The trauma!
So long ago. But our duelists who did not place as finalists, please come to the front of the stage.
So if you played the tea dueling today, and you did not place, and you can come, Ben.
Ben, we're talking to you
You're talking to
specifically.
you specifically, but there's...
But anyone who tea-dueled, who did not win, who is here, please come to the front of the stage, please. Thank you.
For those who are unaware, there is a special component.
Right here in the center of the stage.
There is a special component to this competition known as Arbiter's Choice, where I choose our fourth and final finalists for this convention. They will be added to our roster, and a total of 4, and they will compete to my amusement.
Yes, your deep amusement, Grand Arbiter.
Yes. Now, with the divine and sacred power of the boop boop machine, I will determine who has been selected through
wild card. Grand Arbiter, do you need help winding up the boop boop machine?
A little bit. Would you wind up the boop machine for me?
I will. All right, here we go. I feel empowered.
I feel like it's properly charged.
All right.
I left it on the charge last night, but a little bonus juice is going to
As we know, there's been some wires loose all weekend.
Okay. We've had really bad technological issues. We just want to make sure that the boop boop machine has not been damaged by a cyber attack.
Too soon.
Okay. Maybe the chinchillas of war.
I like the chinchillas of war, personally.
The wabbits
The rabbits of war.
And what about?
Are we bringing the wabbits of war?
Yes, the wabbits of war. And also maybe the tougans of indiscriminate violence. We can't forget about the tougans of indiscriminate violence.
I shall never forget them again.
Okay, please take a seat with the other competitors. Thank you. Be friendly to the best of your ability. I know it's day 3. We woke up this morning recognizing that 24 hours remained.
It's true. Well, less than, really.
Yes.
We were in the 12-hour stretch.
Yes, 12 hours to stretch. Okay. Before we get started, all of Dueling at this event can really not be brought to us alone. We are mere figureheads to a larger organization
That's
from which
true.
we have rule with tyrannical but kind fists. It's really more of a limp wrist, but it's fine. We rule by a limp wrist.
That's absolutely true. Also, some Z-snaps.
Yes, the appropriate level of Z-snaps from time to time. We'd like to call our support staff to the stage, one at a time, and so I will call you by name. Approach when it's your name, not someone else's name. Okay, yes. Okay, so we first like to call out some of our interstate visitors who were on loan
Yes.
from the Met, actually.
Yes.
The Metropolitan Museum of Tea.
Yes, the Metropolitan Tea Collection, where they keep a sort of array of butlers in cryogenesis
Yes.
to demonstrate the different qualities of high butlering. And we were allowed to unfreeze 2 special butlers for this weekend.
Yeah, we may have set the defroster onto a little bit too high. They came out a little bit weird, but it's fine. It's fine. They're fine. It's fine.
They were also strangely moist initially.
No. You can really tell that the condensation formed on the wrapper not correctly.
But they're delightful,
Yes.
and we love them.
So first, we'd like to call one of our oldest and dearest friends, but definitely full of youthful vigor, Alicia.
The Argent Peacock.
The Argent Peacock. Alicia, do you have anything you would like to say about your experience here this weekend?
Giving me a mic? That's not a good idea.
Yes.
That was a mistake.
Me too, so.
Yeah, well, talking to people in my panel wasn't, anyway. No, I enjoy coming here. It's fun, it's chill, it's ridiculous, and it's amazing. I love it.
Thank you, Alicia. We promise that you will be cryogenically frozen back in place at the appropriate temperature so you will remain undamaged.
And less
A
moist.
crisp, fresh dough, ensuring that you remain a crisp, fresh butler. Okay, next up, Big Brown Betty of Love.
Oh,
We'd like to call T-Czar Maya to the stage, please.
your new nickname is Big Brown Betty of Love. Thank you,
Big,
T-Czar.
hot, tall, and powerful.
That's correct. You do brew a very strong tea, sir.
This future scares my primitive brain. You have these strange machines that you get into, and I don't understand anything.
We love you anyway.
Do you like the tea-making experience at least?
Hell yeah.
Excellent.
We promise that next time we'll not drive you by car. We'll get a horse and buggy.
Too far into the future, nearly.
Next, we'd like to call some of our pristine, well-manicured butlers that we personally trained, we adopted, trained, and raised, hand-reared, in fact.
In the laboratory.
Yeah.
Whence all good butlers come.
First, we'd like to call Mathematica, the cruncher of numbers.
Welcome, Mathematica. Mathematica is part dragon, stone, occasionally spreads her wings, but is always crunching numbers. Mathematica, we are so delighted to have you as a member of our team.
It's a delight to be part of your team. Oh, sorry. It's a delight to be part of your team. I'm still looking for some shiny click math rocks to eat as snacks. Has anyone come across any? Ooh, snacks.
But after tea. Go make tea and have snacks.
Give her there.
Oh, stay here. I need you. Or the Grand Arbiter needs you. I don't know what's happening.
I forgot something. So, we have a little bit of we got jealous of the Oscars a few years ago, and we decided to start our own Oscars. They're called the
Tippy Golden Teacup Awards.
Yes, and this year we've gotten to give out a number of awards, she's wearing it, so I can't not give her the award now. She knows about it. She's already got the certificate, but she also gets this lovely pin for the grand fascination of 2024. This ridiculous number. Do you have anything you'd like to say about your hat?
It hides secrets.
Oh. Okay, go back to the tea making.
Go make tea. Delightful strumpet.
Next up, we'd like to call our most dramatic butler. We may need to you back to the shop for some repairs. They've got some quirks we still need to kink out is what I think. It's like ensure that the kinks work in the way that help us, not harm us.
We just need to iron out some things. A good pressing works wonders.
So let's get the butler extravagance.
Very romantic entrance, butler extravagance. Thank you for all that you have done for our team for so many years. We are so honored to watch you grow into the wonderful human that you are, and we are so proud of your accomplishments. Thank you for all of the beautiful tea, the kindness and the generosity of your spirit.
Aw, thanks.
Okay, welcome. Now go make more tea.
Go make more tea. Go.
Back to the lab.
With so many weird and strange creatures from different times, places, and planets, we really need a strong and steady hand, one that knows the blade, to lead the organization as a whole. Our leader of butlers, the Butler Supreme, please approach the stage. He did bring tea. That was
They're supposed to.
How magical! Tea has appeared. I love when that happens. It makes me very happy. Thank you, Butler.
We've kept this butler for many years years after he was abandoned on our doorstep inside a teapot, we knew that day his destiny had been forged.
Mother Supreme, I am so proud of you every day. You have grown into a remarkable young person. Truly a man of honor, ingenuity, and kindness. I know you have a rough exterior, but we are all aware that you have a very squishy center. Interested. Thank you for all that you have done and for the ways in which you support your team. We love you.
I really need this more than really now.
Oh, I see.
And the microphones. If I could push these off the table like a cat and successfully do that without damaging them, I absolutely would. But we're too kind. You win this round, microphones.
Oh, yes, we do. We have two.
You're the boss.
We have, amongst our butler assortments, the occasional butler goes out into the world before they have truly ascended to butlerhood. They have gone through our intern program, they have hazarded the tea trenches, and then, like little unicorns, they prance away into a sparkly mist to go to the Pacific Northwest. You know, it's a place that calls to them. I don't know why. It must be their bird bean or some nonsense like that. But we would like to call forth to the stage right now the Vixen. Vixen, please come stand center stage. Table rolls. Bring the sacred celery. Vixen, are you able to kneel? Sure. Right, Vixen, it is time for you to ascend to full butler status.
Your training was fully complete. However, your hard efforts at spreading queer agenda across the world continues to astound and impress us in such a way that you have earned your honorary butlerhood. By the power and purity of celery, its clean, crisp taste shall guide you towards a clear and pure sense of butlerness. May you serve the queers in life as you will in death. Your spirit forever bound to honor tea, love, appreciation, kindness, generosity, and of course, queer shenanigans. Okay, this saccharine stuff is over.
No, we did not forget. We have forgotten someone very important.
Oh, no, we have not forgotten. You have reminded me. I have forgotten.
Are you up for this? Oh, yeah. Please come forth to the stage. We've called out our butlers, and honestly, this is such a team effort. But there is somebody who is so willing to put herself behind the scenes and to support others and to do what needs doing, sometimes at the cost of her own enjoyment. And I know that you do not mind because you have a heart made for someone. Oh, we're going to both cry.
What's the message of this after? It might be tears.
Please use the sacred celery to clear out it. It's upset my mouth. It tastes like shit. part not only of the tea team, but of our temple entourage, the Tea Scouts, the Tucson Steampunk Society, and you have been very important in our work, our shared mutual passion, yours, mine, the Grand Arbiters, and so many of our friends, in making steampunk a more welcoming, safer, more inclusive space. And we are just so in awe of all your efforts. We adore you. Thank you for all of your hard work this weekend. And now I'm going to let you go into the games so I can start making you cry.
Okay, now that the stuff is out of the way, let's get to the bloody violence.
I'm sorry, just a lovely tea time. Very peaceful, no violence.
Aw, man.
Okay, as per tradition for the big duel,
Yes.
duels will be decided and the pairings will be decided by the all-powerful and might as we all know it to be, the Boop Boop Machine!
Do you need me to wind it up some more? No, go. Go, it's all in this one.
Come to the stage! Okay, the Boop Boop Machine is very tired from all the interpretive dance.
It was extraordinary, however, Arbiter. I feel like
I am guided by the boops.
the power of boop infuse you.
Yes.
All right, Kayla. All right, Kayla, Felisa. We have the same teas as we had earlier. We still have the Grand Arbiter's Existential Despair, the wonderful Gail Carragher Deep Blue Abyss, and of course, the Red Sands Rubios.
Fun fact about the Deep Blue Abyss.
Ooh!
There's actually a large amount available for your own purchase and consumption, signed by one Gail Carragher, with Lloyd in the back. So if you're like, I definitely need to know what it feels like to be a best-selling author and what it's like to drink their tea, that's the way to capture that experience. It's a kind of, just like from the part of the world, you know, it's an interactive, immersive experience of drinking and being like the author.
Ah, yes, by the transitive property of the leaf, you two can be one with the void and the creative process that drives all artists everywhere. Excellent.
So if you are interested, please check in with Lloyd at the back. Lloyd, make yourself known. More. Make yourself more known. Lloyd is one of the fine tea purveyors at Teapunk Teas. They provided all of the teas that we've received today, so thank you so much. Lloyd and your compatriots. Round of applause. Okay. What tea do you wish for? Deep Blue Abyss.
Kayla? Always despair.
Existential despair.
Excellent answer. All right, both of you have dueled through the ranks to be here as tea dueling champions, competing County Championship. Now this was your first time tea dueling. As well as your first time tea dueling.
Like first time competing at this level this weekend.
First time ever tea dueling at all ever was at this weekend.
Yes.
Yes.
Not this post-winning competition.
No, I'm at this weekend.
Yes.
Yes.
We're on the same page.
Right. Yeah. If you don't
We make
understand,
sense, right?
it's fine.
It's all fine. It's all fine. Okay, great.
Yeah, it's fine and long.
Please select a weapon.
Swiss precision.
Swiss precision with a bishop. A bishop? Oh, and a king.
A bishop and a king.
Someone wants to get divorced.
Oh, classic King Henry.
Classic King Henry. Raise those bickies. 1, 2, dump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Raise those bickies up, and the duel has begun. We've got a clean, almost exact 50%. If it's any less, I would be giving you the jaundiced eyes of disappointment. But we've got a very clear, deep dunk over here, stained the beautiful blue pea flower color of its namesake, the deep blue abyss.
You know, one of the things I love about Kayla's approach here to this duel today is that they have the perfect open palm Parisian foil, which is a classic maneuver meant to really leverage the gravitational forces on that biscuit. It can sometimes result in an untimely spot.
I'm seeing a serious wibble over here, Alicia's. Oh, it's doing it. Oh, left! Clean up!
Kayla, you will be back, so don't go far. In fact, if you'd like to just finish your teacup, you can step to the side into our wings.
Into the duelist rest area. We'll make sure you're cryogenically frozen until such time you're needed for tea dueling again.
It'll be about 5 minutes, don't worry. Lisa, you have been a marvelous tea duelist. It's been so lovely to meet you. I hope you've had a grand time. Excellent. Thank you for joining us today. Please, you are welcome. Please enjoy the rest of your tea. Take your biscuits. A round of applause. Grand Arbiter,
Yes, madam.
shall we call up the next two duelists?
I think, are you ready for more dueling?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I feel like my volume machine is broken.
Oh.
I feel like I need to, Eve Riot, you're the only one who knows how to work the volume on this thing. Can you turn it up? Testing? Seems to be working. Oh, okay, thank you. Maybe I just turn it off and turn it back on.
Yeah, that's the first thing we suggest to tech support.
Yeah.
These Tesla powered
Honestly.
you really need to wiggle that plug sometimes.
Yeah. Wiggle the plug. Yeah,
Wiggle the
that's what they
switch.
say. They just wiggle it.
Yeah, wiggle it.
Okay, can we get Ben Havoc and the whole... Putting you over here, Ben.
You get to be on my side.
Madam Askew has already complimented your headwear on multiple occasions. So she demanded that I put you over there, or I would lose my ability to get cravats, to get my jabots made.
Yeah, I was about to cut him off.
She was gonna cut the pins right off my jabots, make them so they're just loose fabric with no wishes and dreams.
No.
Borrow the cravat too, though, for that happen.
Yeah, no. I feel like it could cut it into 3
No,
cravats.
let me both wear it, it'd be fine.
Yes, simultaneous anywhere.
So, Janet, you are best known as the Mona Lisa. You have felled many a tea-dueling opponent on the field of tea. Janet is known for having iced tea in her veins. So poised, so prepared, absolutely a danger and fabulous to boot. This table is on wheels, all right. That's not to be dramatic if the table starts moving.
It really just leads to a real unpleasant place tonight.
Yeah, oh. Yeah, no drama, sir. Would you like to introduce Ben?
Yeah, Ben Havoc. Ben Havoc, threat to folks who've made vows of chastity everywhere. Talent and expert in both the pristine art of dragon kingery and just general knowledge of nerdery. Okay, is this working now? Okay, great.
All right,
We'll just keep trying until it's sort of like with a man you can't get away from. You just keep trying, and sometimes maybe it'll work, or you'll just put it down.
That's true.
Okay.
So, you are both here in the penultimate duel before the final duel. This duel decides who goes on to be in that final duel of doom for the grand championship. And let me tell you, there's a lot of swag on the table.
There's
today.
a lot of swag on the line. Today we offer a pristine, unopened, unadulterated box of existential despair. Fully pure, ready to be brewed at a moment's notice.
For all of your despair needs, existential despair from Tea Punk Teas.
To store said tea, we have a great steampunk wild west steampunk convention 12 mug provided by Madison the Great Arbiter.
And this is a mug that means business. This isn't an 8-ounce mug, it's on the full 12.
We got to do the full 12. Otherwise, you're not going to get your work done.
Right. And finally, we have this beautiful piece of art created by Frank Powers, who is here with his comic books mobile. This is the art that he created for this year's Wild Wild West Con. It is a limited, numbered print.
Number 30 out of 50.
All right. Okay, now that we've whetted your appetites, what tea would you like, Ben Havoc?
Let's try not to implode in the deep abyss.
The Deep Blue Abyss.
Are we just, well, you're not a billionaire, so you'll probably be fine. That was a slow burn.
That's great. All right, Granddad.
Mona Lisa, what do you desire?
Existential despair, please.
That's what she was smiling at. Existential despair.
Thank you. Audience, I want to take this moment to remind you that you are welcome, nay encouraged, to cheer for your favorite tea dueling competitors.
We can practice.
Yeah. They are evenly loved. Well done, audience.
Who doesn't like egalitarian love? Free love.
It's my favorite. All right, now that you have your tea and your weapons, please choose a biscuit.
They're being very discerning. A queen.
A queen.
A queen for a king. And a knight for Mona Lisa.
Of course, the dark horse rises again.
Dark horse. Pinching maneuver on the edge. Ready? 1, 2, done! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And the duel has begun.
Now, I do think that Ben Havoc may have some difficulties because of a lack of depth perception.
That is a challenge in this case. A frequent obstacle for the steampunk adventurer, but Ben is using the Liverpoolian stack, which is a very strong hold, very classic.
I want to remind our competitors, as always, the most important rule of Dueling is
Mouth to Mickey.
not big.
Big.
Oh, collapse! Clean You don't need depth perception if you put your whole face into it. Just
Mona Lisa, do you need another napkin?
We got an emergency serviette.
Like magic.
Mona Lisa, you've climbed the mountain multiple times. You've been struck down. But this does not mean that you are not loved by your community, and you are a fierce competitor. A round of applause.
Ben Hamwick, you have unleashed the chinchillas of tea time, and we are so grateful for your efforts. Please stay where you're seated. You are about to go up against another threat. Another fearsome competitor who is a brand new participant in the tea dueling arts. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Yes, and we have a little bit of time, so we're going to go into we're going to ask them some questions. So,
All right.
Mona Lisa, thank you for your time.
A round of applause for Mona Lisa! And by the way, doesn't she look fabulous in this gorgeous caftan? This is my reminder that caftans are a very 19th century garment, and so if you're like, ooh, I really want to swan about, nothing says steampunk like a really excellent caftan. Thank you, Mona Lisa.
Kayla is in the back. Is it? We put
Kayla's
her
in
on
the
ice.
wings.
Can we defrost Kayla, please?
No.
Oh.
Oh no!
Did you give her freezer burn?
Did something happen in the laboratory?
Oh, she's fine. She's fine.
Hello, Kayla. Ben, Kayla, my two little cinnamon rolls.
She uses that word all the time. I'm not really sure if she even knows what it means anymore. She said that last year.
Cinnamon rolls.
Listen,
There are cinnamon rolls, and then there are cinnamon rolls.
cinnamon comes in many varieties of spiciness. You can have your very spicy cinnamon and your very sweet cinnamon. But they're all ooey gooey and good on the inside, and that is what I'm talking about.
I guess you could say that, but you also said that about an anthill this morning.
I was hallucinating at the moment. It was before my morning tea, and I thought that anthill was actually adamant, all right?
Oh, it makes more sense.
I was like, ooh, that charming cinnamon roll, adamant. I wonder if you'll come shimmy and shake on the tea dueling stage. And the Grand Arbiter had concerns.
Nothing ruins a tea time like an anthill. You think that you can make mountains out of molehills? No, it's mountains out of anthills.
Yeah, they cannot be
They
trusted.
can't.
They tried to steal all the bickies, actually. Yeah. So Ben, Kayla, my little cinnamon rolls.
Are you comfortable with being called a cinnamon roll? A woman of a few words.
Ben, how do you feel about being a cinnamon roll?
I am Sid, so let's go.
Solid. Excellent. Now, this is the final tea duel, and we'd like to get to know our finalists a little bit, and also to share you with our wonderful audience. I believe, Kayla, you were here for a special event this weekend.
Yeah.
And what's your relation?
I'm one of Charity's really good friends.
Just a really good friend?
We were
Not a bestie?
actually roommates.
You're not. most dastardly. We've got heroes, we've got villains. What's the most villainous action you would take to win this tea duel? Too noble to do crime. Too noble to do crime.
It's hard when you're a cinnamon roll.
So honorable.
So sweet. So delightful. Ben. Ben Havoc. So, I think it can be argued that you have a lot of poise and aplomb, you have some skills, and you've been to Wild West Con before.
Yes, I had one other time last year.
And I don't recall, did you get to tea duel with us last year?
I did not tea duel, but I did experience it.
So this was your first time really engaging in the dueling arts?
Yes, that was good.
Do you have anything to say about your experience here this weekend?
I had an amazing time, super receptive and appreciative of the audience that came to the Dragon Burlesque show. And to just keep, hanging out. I love this community and then having a great time.
Well said, Ben Havoc. For someone who's unleashing the chinchillas at tea time, you really have a very deceptive demeanor of calmness and sweetness. I'm excited to see you bring your fierceness to the tea table.
I mean, I'm more concerned about, again, I'm always concerned about the toucans of indiscriminate violence.
I always worry about the toucans of indiscriminate violence. They're so flappy. Is there a sound? The toucan face. I mean they're cousins. Little known fact, the lesser toucan, the shrew. That gag is really hard to explain. You kind of had to be there. So,
Please empty your teacup in such a way that you can get a top up.
you're going to get fresh tea for your fresh duel. It's also so the tea is imbued with fresh powers of shamefulness. I mean, we really like to fill those biscuits with shame because they are ready to thwart your honor. Don't you love that we are that's how we're handling it. We have this sort of system in the back in the laboratory where we have our butlers actually infuse shame directly into the biscuit making process.
They extract it from their own middle school diaries.
It works a treat. All right.
Okay.
What would you like?
I'm going to keep going with this deep blue piece. This is delicious.
The deep blue abyss is delicious.
Which you can get from Lloyd in the room.
And by the by, when the Grand Army said that Lloyd had a goodly supply, it's limited. It's a limited edition supply. It's not that goodly. I saw it. I could drink it in a week if I put my mind to it.
So keep that in mind. Go, purchase, spend dollars aggressively.
Get tea.
Like an aggressive toucan of violence. What tea would you like? Existential despair.
Always stay with despair. Ben, before we get started, do you have any words of wisdom to say with those who would like to try tea dueling in the future?
Do it. The tea is delicious.
And Kayla, do you have anything that you'd like to share to future competitors of tea duels now that you've become a part of the tea dueling annals?
It's a lot of fun and worth putting yourself up.
That's what I like to hear.
Thank you, Kayla. Now that you have your fresh tea and your biscuits, no, you don't.
We have things. It's just you need to be reloaded. I need a rearmament.
Fresh biscuits, please. Ben Havoc was trying to sneak in with the old biscuits.
They go to the stage. The second they're on the stage, once the tea duel is they must be replaced. Or stacked on top of one. They already have one! What are you
Take them back to cryogenesis. I can't live this life, all right? I need you to have like 2 little piles of biscuits that are appropriately arranged before I lose my little mind. So thank you for bearing with me.
So we are at barring. Come on. I'm trying to.
It's all right. Go on.
Barring any unknown circumstances, this should be our final duel of a Wild Wild West Con 2024. So that does not mean your adventure with us has to end. You can always check us out on the interwebs. We have a weekly live show where we talk about all sorts of weird stuff. Madness Q has a great book club where you get to read really exciting new books.
With my partner, Bill Barton, the buttery goodness.
And you get to learn sewing from Madness Q if you join our Patreon, which is a very reasonable amount of dollars, from even the lowest amount of offerings that you can provide to another more large but still very reasonable expectation.
Yes.
It's a wide gamut.
We're not looking for an endowment,
From
precisely.
the prince to the pauper, we can fit them all in.
But that's true. I've read that, especially about you, Grandpa.
I certainly can. I have an incredibly loud and open mouth.
Excellent. That was kind of perfect timing. All right. Please choose your weapons.
Okay, with that, we'll choose some weapons. Well,
It's not our backstage.
as long as it's not our tea set, great. If it's somebody else's tea set, that's their problem. Their tea set, their monkeys, their problems.
All right. Please take your biscuits and a pinching maneuver along one edge.
Reveal your bickies to one another. The queen. Oh! Queens!
Queen versus queen.
It's a Snow White and evil queen duel to the death.
Are you ready? Raise your biscuits.
1, 2, dump! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5! And raise those bickies out.
And the duel has commenced. These are some very fearless ducks. Both of our duelists went 75% on their ducks. They are in it fiercely. They are not afraid of the tea today.
They aren't, but they should be afraid of that jiggle wiggle. We're seeing some giggle wiggles of maximum power over here. Vibrating so hard, you might see their molecules fall apart.
Or their toothbrush.
Yes.
At this end of the
You
table,
could tie it to a brush and brush some teeth.
at this end of the table, we are seeing a real shimmy and a clean.
You played an excellent game. However, I believe your incredibly filthy behavior compromised the structural integrity of your biscuit. It's unfortunate that you make things like biscuits oh so very fast.
We are so proud of you, Brenda. You're my delightful little cinnamon roll. And I'm so thrilled you could be here with us on the stage today. Please take very good care of yourself. Come back, duel with us again, and continue to make fabulous art wherever you go. A round of applause. Please get your biscuits and your tea and enjoy them as we finish up.
Kayla,
Kayla.
did you realize that when you you were coming to a wedding, you were actually becoming a champion? Even if you don't know it, you can come to Wild Wild West Con and unbeknownst to you, be the grand champion. Know that is what Dueling truly represents. It is surprise discovery of a strange talent.
Can you balance a soggy biscuit? You won't know until you tea duel. Kayla, you have been a delight from the beginning. It is such a pleasure to share this stage with you. Thank you for joining us this weekend and bringing such good sportsmanship and such goodwill and good cheer to our tea table.
Kayla, please stand to the center.
It's time for more ceremony.
You need to face the audience. I know that you don't like large crowds of people, but you were like, I want to compete and win, and then you won, and now you have gotten your dream. You are the center of attention. It's sort of like your own fatal flaw. Your desire to win is threatened by your desire to not be the center of attention.
We're sorry, it's happening.
You maybe if you were worse at tea dueling, you wouldn't be here. But alas,
So sorry, not really.
with this celery and the power of boots, I dub thee the grand champion of Wild Wild WestCon Tea Dueling 2024.
Please face me. If I could have a drum roll, please. It's time for the anointing of the Grand Champion medal, an artistic collaboration between Eve Ryan and myself.
One final round for Kayla, everyone! I have some bad news for Kayla too. Well, Kayla, you can't leave the stage a big winner without a moniker.
It's time.
So this is where Madam Q and I give you a moniker. You can choose to keep it or not. It's up to you.
I will remember until we die, just so you know.
That's true.
Everyone, I would like to present the Shy Assassin! Please select your many hookah.
You have a lot of loot. We are sending you home with all the goodies.
Do you need assistance?
The wonderful cryptid Eve Riots will help the Shy Assassin.
Are you ready to close this down?
I am, but I'd like. Do we have a moment?
Oh, no, we have a moment. I'm opening the moment that you asked for. This is where I was setting up for a thing. We have 5 whole moments.
5 whole moments. All right.
You can weep off all of the glitter off of your face.
Oh,
Oh, we used primer. Good
there
job.
was a lot of black magic involved in this morning's art on my face.
Yes, there was a sacrifice of several toucans.
And they were metaphorical sacrifices.
They were the platonic ideal of toucans. They were the shadows of toucans on the wall. Okay.
So, I would like to take a moment to thank a few people in the audience and to call out a few folks who have made this weekend magical, but also made steampunk magical. And I know he's going to be so frustrated with me. But Kitty Bear, could you stand, please? Come here, behind here. Captain Graves, you might as well come up too, because we're going to pick on you too.
Such a good Kitty Bear.
So,
Such a good boy.
a long, long time ago, when I was a baby steampunk, and I really wanted to get dressed and time travel, I saw these two marvelous gentlemen in a little place called LiveJournal. So it was a long time ago. Yeah, we're all old now. And they have been showing up and representing kindness, courtesy, inclusion, creativity, and the importance of community connection from the beginning. I have never once seen anything but, irreverence too, obviously, and a lot of cheekiness. But at their core, they're so committed to making sure that other people are having a positive, safe, affirming experience. And the way in which this one is with small children and makes them feel so much of the magic is a truly wondrous thing. I know you're both like, sort of, sometimes surprised by how much the community loves you. But this is why. And you made me want to be the best steampunk I could be.
And then she became it. That's right! I mean, look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? It took over 500 weeks.
It's true. Thank you for all that you do.
Thank you. And thank everybody for just still showing up to these events and building the community and being awesome to each other.
Seriously, I'm so happy to be out here again. It has been 4 years since my last time here, and I'm really, really enjoying every minute of it. Glad to see your faces and the smiles back.
And thank you, Madam Askew and Grand Arbiter, for continuing to show up and allowing us to tea-duel and enjoy merriment and your exuberant personalities.
Thank you, Captain.
Thank you. We also just want to thank one special friend.
Yes.
A specialist of friends.
Yes.
That still inspires us and whose books you should buy immediately at all times, all of them, every single one.
Yes.
Gail Carragher, we are not going to make you come up here because we love you too much. We know you don't like to stand if you don't need to. So we'll leave you there, but we really appreciate you being here and being so supportive and coming to our final tea duel. Thank you today. I know, I don't need to keep pushing it. I'm going to keep pushing it till I die. If you don't read Divinity 36, we're missing out so much. It's so good. It is one of the best soft, romantic, sci-fi epics talking about culture and music and the connections of the people. You just have to read it to believe it. I know it's a weird premise. I know the elevator pitch sounds insane. What do you mean it's intergalactic divine pop stars? I'm telling you right now, it's amazing.
It really elevates space opera into something new and exquisite, and as someone trained in social sciences, I really love seeing a piece of sci-fi that focused on the importance of social sciences. And really, we could go on and on about dear Madam Gale, but she is a wonderful inspiration to all of us, especially in these silly, cheeky spaces of steampunk. And her books are the best way to gain entry into that universe. So thank you, Madam Gale.
Inform you that this is where we say goodbye this year, and we hope to see you next year. And I hope to see you on the field of tea. Ideally, if they put us at 10 a.m. again, bright and early. I will be there if they put us there. I hope you will be there too.
Please don't leave us alone. 10 a.m. is not our hour.
Don't leave us alone. Don't leave us alone with Dawn.
Thank you all for an extraordinary Wild Wild West Con. All the love to our brides, their family, everyone who participated in the wedding, and just the sheer glory of this weekend. If you'd like to follow us, if you'd like to find out more about us,
We've got cards.
come and fetch the cards. Cheers.